Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers versus Gardner Minshew and the Indianapolis Colts.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready to...
Ready to get us started, it's Cade York, and we are underway from Santa Clara. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a 6th-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Minshew sets to throw. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. Well, able to get the completion, but unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the 1st down marker was, and they decide whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the 1st down. Excellent tackling right there.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
In recent years, we've seen a lot of love for North Dakota State in the NFL draft. And Trey Lance, he's a great example of what the Bison are sending to the league each and every year. This guy looks like a franchise quarterback. He wants his opportunity to prove it to the rest of the league.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. On 1st down, Lance again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From midfield, here's Lance. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it? Kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Lance. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Off of play action, here's Lance. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 14. 11 yards for number 11. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. McCaffrey is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And now they'll throw with Lance. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Niners are on the board here first in the season opener. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us to rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Minshew. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Minshew. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper. 17 yards, first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 marks.
Minshew, 1st and 10. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Over the middle to Beckham. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard line. And that's on the tackle, Braden Smith. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Woods. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Minshew. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Seibert's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Lance complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Here's Lance. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Come on, set. 52 blue.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
60 red. Ready, go.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Play action, now it's Lance. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
York now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He's got Smith here.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. It's caught. Beckham. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 2nd and 10, Lance, and this is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Complete. Smith has it. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Out of the gun is Minshew. He'll buy some time right. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Lance now on 1st down.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Ready, go. Set, cut.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing now is Lance. Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
To throw, it's Lance.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Eric Armstead in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a 2nd one.
And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Here we go, set, black, 95.
Now Lance.
Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the 49ers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
The 49ers 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Uses the stiff arm.
Lance on target to Samuel for a Niner first.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
And he rifles one incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Grover Stewart.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. A final shot before half for Lance.
He finds his man complete. It's Graves.
And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
So we've reached halftime. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Again, McCaffrey. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Mitchell is in. Touchdown, 49ers. Charles, a well-drawn-up play, beautifully executed, and look at the scoreboard and where we're at in the second half. They are on their way to a 1-0 start to this season.
Exactly what every team in the league dreams of, winning your season opener, getting off to that good start, and building confidence for the rest of the season.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Eric Armstead getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack on first down, Minshew, they'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. It's caught. Smith. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. Now a give to Taylor. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Minshew sets to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. They turn to Taylor on 4th. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Lance now on first down. Connects with Kittle underneath. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 51 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Lance looking to throw it. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And Lance now to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Grover Stewart able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And this one complete to Smith. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just outside his own goal line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down. No gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
From midfield, here's Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now Lance going to throw.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on 2nd down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. He finds his man. Complete. That's Smith. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10. Now Minshew. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
Throwing on 2nd down. Minshew. He finds his man. Complete. That's Smith. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
This one finds Pierce on the out route.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Minshew, 1st and 10. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Minshew's throw caught by Pierce. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
54, Mike. 54, Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. You ain't got nothing.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
2nd and 5 now. Minshew sliding out of the pocket. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Cooper fast with the feet. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 4th down, Minshew. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their 1st touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 11. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Over the middle to Beckham.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 41, Minshew.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Here's Minshew.
He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
57's Mike 57. Let's go, Hattie. Let's go, Hattie. Let me know what you got.
It'll be Minshew again.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. They'll look to throw again. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Minshew going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, and to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
From the 29, Minshew. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught. Amari Cooper.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. This is McCaffrey. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for San Francisco, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.